Swelling.
Swelling. Okay. Yes, correct. Swelling of various intensity. If it is more because of the overlying inflammation, more, or otherwise less. Yes, good, Mr. Kolkata. How about the others? Tell me. A very, very important symptom,
Pain.
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 And it is not just simple pain, it is pain with three, four very, very bad adjectives. Very, very could be one, excruciating, horrible, incapacitating. ऐसा सिंपल पेन नहीं होता है फ्रैक्चर का. इट इज वेरी बैड. इट विल not make you use that particular limb or that particular organ wherever it is fractured. Okay, there can be a shortening of the limb. If there is an overriding like that, there can be a shortening of the limb, inability to use the limb, very bad
Shock.
pain,
Shock.
swelling, shock.
Shock.
Yes, correct. Yes. What else? There can be superficial changes. There can be aberrations. There can be change in color, contusions. नील पड़ सकती है.
Deformity.
Deformity can be there. Yes. Okay. Loss of sensation. This is also one more feature. If it is, affected the overall surrounding nerves over there, then there can be a sensory loss also. Okay. What else? Mostly one or two of these symptoms. With the history of fall, we can conclude that yes, there's a possibility that fracture has happened. What do you do next? If you are unsure, you will immediately visit a orthopedician, right? And what will he do? The first thing is he will order a what? X-ray.
It's
X-ray. In black and white, he will show you like the picture that I just sent you on the WhatsApp group. Very clearly, you could see that the carpal's bones had disrupted. That is a simple X-ray. So he will take an X-ray and he will convince you that yes, so much of a fracture has happened. Now, one very big limitation which we have on our ships is we do not have an X-ray machine. Okay, so this documentation which I could do on shore, I am not doing on the ship because I don't have the facility. So it is only on the basis of injury and the patient has clinical symptoms. I am concluding that my casualty XYZ has a fracture. I don't have a proof to it. Now, what next? Once, say on shore or over here, I have come to a decision. My diagnosis is a fracture, say, of the hand. I have to further manage it. As I told you, there will be a severe amount of pain. And now you all know how to give intramuscular injection, right? You know how to give morphine, diclofenac sodium, and tramadol. Any of the three, whichever you feel like, you can give. If it is not a head injury and blast injury, then giving morphine is the most advisable and it is easily available on our ships. Now you have given that injection. Then what you must do is try and attempt a reduction. Now I know it is very difficult, but at that time, because it is very fresh, if you open from above and open from below, I will show you a subsequent video to that and try to just give a little jerk to it. The bones also sometimes automatically set in place. Now, if you are successful, it is all right. If you are not successful, then also it is all right. Next step we will move to after attempting this reduction is two golden cardinal principles of managing a fracture. One is immobilization and the other is splinting. What does that mean? Immobilization का ऐसा मतलब होता है कि we will not put that body part to use at all. It is on complete bed rest. Clear? And what is splinting mean? It means not only are we giving it rest, but we are also giving it a support such that whatever damage has happened is there, but it does not worsen further. Plus, it feels it is right in place. So, a support is given. That too, there are various kinds of support which I will discuss consequently. It can be a rigid support, a soft support, or a anatomic support. There's a slide on PowerPoint presentation on that which I will discuss. So you will give a support. And now begins the policy of wait and watch. Whenever you touch the nearest shore, you will have to go visit a doctor and get further management done. As a part of first aid management for a fracture, our work is the moment there is a history of an injury and there are symptoms, come to a working diagnosis of a fracture, and then the two principles of immobilization and splinting. That is all. While say it is 2-3 days before our ship touches the immediate shore, then we can give round the clock coverage of uh, painkillers. That would be most important because pain will always be there. Still, if there is some kind of an infection, we can start antibiotics also. All that is all right. And believe me, even if there is a week or a 10-day delay, I have had boys in the previous batch also telling me कि ऐसा ऐसा हुआ था, and then no problem happened because they were small children at that time or they were a little more bigger. But even there was a wrong diagnosis which was done in spite of being on show. What I'm trying to tell you is even if there is a delay in the proper management by 10 to 15 days, it does not make a difference in the output. What is important at our level is recognizing, immobilizing, and splinting. Doing that much will make us a winner and the fracture will be taken care of. Though there are 2-3 situations where the intensity is a little more. Say if it is a fracture spine, then definitely I will not tell you to entertain and keep the patient on the ship. No. Why? Because there is a spinal cord which is involved over there. That is a lot of risk. You will not be able to assess the level of the damage and something more severe can happen. So a fracture spine, a fracture pelvis, these are not candidates to be kept on the ship. Then you will have to immediately inform the onshore doctor, arrange for evacuation. But simple hand fracture, leg fracture, finger fracture, collarbone fracture, all that you can safely keep on the ship. Is the basic outline of a fracture kind of clear? Yes, boys? Good morning. Are you all there?
Yes, ma'am.
Bolo hi, Anna. I'll just open the PowerPoint slides. Wait.
Yes, ma'am.
Just a second. I'm opening the PowerPoint. Okay. So that's about a fracture. It is a broken bone described as simple and compound. If you can see over here, this is a closed fracture. This is a open fracture. This is a open fracture with the bone jutting forward, and this is a bullet injury. Well, which bone is this? Now that you already know the bones, which bone is this?
Femur. Femur.
Very correct. This is the femur, and these are the 4 different types of fracture. This is an oblique fracture, comminuted fracture, spiral fracture, and a compound fracture. Okay, so all compound fractures seek radiomedical advice, and it might be necessary to evacuate the patient from the ship. So if there is bleeding and there is, some dressing which needs to be done, first do that, clean the area, and then you must give pain relief by morphine sulfate and immobilize by splinting. Going further, These are the other signs and symptoms. Coldness of the part below the fracture, loss of feeling, absence of pulse. Okay, and if the dressing that you've tied is very tight, then you will have to loosen it also. Yeah, take a screenshot of this slide. This is the various kinds of splints which are available. Either it can be a rigid splint, which is made from a board, a piece of plastic, a rolled newspaper, or a thick cardboard, or it can be a soft splint, which is made up of a pillow, a folded blanket, or a towel, and a triangular bandage, or it could be an anatomical splint. Okay, so these are the different varieties of splint. Anatomical splint means you are using your own body part to support. Like in the picture, if you see the first finger is injured, then the second finger is strapped along with the first finger. Okay, so what are you using as support? The second finger. So it's your own body part. Or if you see in the lower part of the hand or the lower part of the leg, which are the what is the name of the long bones? Please tell me. Somebody please tell me the bones which are present in the hand. We have just discussed
कार्पल
that.
कार्पल मेटाकार्पल phalanges.
Okay, और ऊपर से
Ulna radius and
हाँ.
humerus.
So here I want to tell you, if ulna or radius is fractured, they are together in the same line, right? They are parallel to each other. So if one is fractured, the other can act as a support. Somebody tell me the leg bones also.
Femur, tibia, fibula, tarsal, metatarsal phalanges.
Very good. Who's this?
Vrushab.
Rishabh. Good. Fine. Now we'll move further. This is another variety of splint which is available on our ships. It is called the inflatable air splint. If you can see, it is plastic which is covered around the injured leg, zipped up, and then this is connected to a air source. Okay, and air comes in and this swells up like a balloon. This is known as the inflatable air split. You can have a half hand, half leg, or full leg. These are the various sizes which are available. Okay. If there is a skull fracture, this is the kind of bandage they are expecting you to do. Open the mouth and see if there are any broken tooth or anything, and do this kind of a fracture because the jaw will need support. Or you can split it into an H. One arm goes up, the other arm goes behind, and do that fracture. Do this kind of a dressing. Over here, if you will see, this is the shoulder joint, which is made up of an assembly of three bones. In front, you have the collarbone, behind, you have the shoulder blade bone, and in the side, you have the humerus. And here, there is a fracture in the collarbone, the clavicle, and this is the type of strapping that is done, a figure of 8 bandage. The next slide is showing how to tie the triangular bandage. You know, we already had read that each first aid box had 8 triangular bandages. We already have triangular bandages in bulk with us. Here, the knot is tied behind, and over here, the knot is tied around the neck. And not only a vertical, but you can have two horizontal supports also. So, this something like this. This will completely immobilize the fracture and give rest. To add on to it, you can also add a rectangular plastic board or that cardboard material. Amazon का डब्बा आता है ना वैसा कार्टन जो बोलते हैं उसको कट करके और a wooden plank, anything you can add for support. Put some cotton on top of it and do the strapping, and then take it close to the body, okay, in an L-like fashion, and then tie up the triangular bandage, vertical and horizontal both. So this will completely immobilize the fractured area and help us in good healing. Or if you can see over here, as in the diagram, there is a wrist bone fracture which is suspected. So like a inverted C, the hand is placed with some gauze padding in between in the palm area. So this also works very well. Okay. Or this is a simple single finger brace. So you can just take it and wear it on your finger. Fracture spine is a lot of problem because I told you that through the substance of the vertebral column, we have the spinal cord that passes. And if any of these bones are fractured, then there can be potential injury to the spinal cord, which can lead to a lot of trouble. Here we were talking about dermatomes yesterday, where even a single nerve injury or something pressing on this nerve can also cause severe amount of pain. So this is something more drastic. Okay. And then it is best to leave these patients wherever they are, because anyway you will have to mobilize and shift out this patient. Let the medical team come and do it, because if say there was a simple fracture, just a little 2 millimeter or 3 millimeter cut also, but in your attempt to transfer the patient you can end up worsening the injury. So it is better to let it be there, or otherwise use something like the Neil Robertson stretcher. Remember I had shown you that video
Yes, ma'am.
of the Neil Robertson stretcher? Yes, we have around 3-4 of the Neil Robertson stretchers which are present on the ship. So you can immediately use, the first portion goes around the head, the middle portion around the chest, and the lower portion around the leg. And we can use it for both vertical and horizontal transfers. Okay. So use a Neil Robertson stretcher. If you want, I can show you that video again a little later. Okay. A compression fraction in the neck. Here I just send you one picture on your WhatsApp group. This is very much suggestive. This patient had nothing, so he's used a folded newspaper, like a dog collar around the neck, and then added a handkerchief to it. Just see, I've just sent you a picture. This is a indigenously prepared neck collar, or as you will see in the video, that is another neck collar that you can make. Or what you can use is like here. These are two towels which are rolled and placed around the neck with another support overall. Or these are two gum boots. This patient had nothing to support. This is a very rare picture that I have got. So this is being used. But remember always the neck support is very critical, because whatever is coming from the brain via the neck is going through the spinal cord. तो नेक को संभालना बहुत जरूरी है. Okay, I'll just give you a break for 10 minutes and then we'll join back. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yeah, ma'am.